Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It is another beautiful day. It's not really, it's raining, but we get to go to the gym, and that's what makes this beautiful. So today we've got our deadlift single, and then we've got some of the volume back off stuff on bench. I think today we're looking at like a 290 something deadlift, which if my form holds up like it did last week, and my muscle connection and all of the cues I had that just made the weight feel so light, this could be a very good day for me. Deadlifts could be coming out as one of my favorites. So yeah, we've got a singlet 295 with a few back off triples, and then some 4x4 bench. We'll probably look at trying to hit like 190 to 200, but I'm feeling good, man. Yesterday I was walking around my house and I stubbed my toe really, really badly. And I thought, ow, it hurt for a bit. I had my head up against the wall. I'm like, man, that was stupid. And I thought that was the end of it until this morning when I got in the shower and I looked down and my left toe is entirely purple. It is it's fine to sit on and lean on, no pain. It is just one weird purple toe. So we'll see how that holds up for deadlifts. I can't promise anything. I've been testing weight on it all day, bending it, and it seems fine. It's just really swollen. Who knows? Maybe that'll help with the whole foot pressure thing. But yeah, it's good. I've had my breakfast. I've had my protein sausages, my hash browns, my egg. We're good. The hair is going to need to be sorted out before we actually hit any kind of the public view of the gym. But I'm feeling good. I think I'm going to get some music going downstairs, get my pre going, and then we're going to waddle our way to the gym. So I'll see you for that. I got to be honest, it was silly. That was a real 50-50 whether I was going to get that. I did not feel like warm-ups were at all how I wanted them to feel. I was really struggling to try and imitate what I was doing last week, where, for lack of a better explanation, deadlifts just felt like they were added to my own center of mass. I was getting the weight underneath me. I was standing up and I could feel myself just pressing up against that wall and just being able to gradually apply more pressure and know that my form would hold. And this week, I couldn't get a hold of it. In this video, you'll see me work up to 260 and then make my jump to 295, but I went all the way back down from 260 back to 180 twice because I couldn't get it to feel right, to feel as it should. So I kind of got back to 260. It was a 70% out of last week's 100%, and I got it. I didn't hitch it. I stood up, and I am happy that I chose to go for the 295 because I was capable of pulling that, and I did. But that took so much mental preparation. It took so much self-reassurance and not even hype. I started putting on calmer music, but I know what I'm capable of, and that wasn't quite it. So although it moved well, although it moved probably within RPE, I'm not happy with it. Now we've got some back downs. What I'm going to try and do for my back downs is use wraps and try and use like a thumbless grip, because when I just kind of like monkey hook over the top of it, that thumbless grip, I can really get my lat engagement, and I feel like that's what's missing. Now, I have been feeling like a little bunged up in my head recently, and I did stupidly train back yesterday, like hypertrophy style. So it's difficult to say what could be causing this, but I'm putting down to technique and that I'm not 100% comfortable with it yet. And like the wall exercise I was doing to activate lats, I've lost how I was carrying that over from the wall to the bar. But I'm going to spend all of my back downs trying to find that out again. And I'm looking forward to it. This should be good. I think we've got quads or triples for the back down. Triples. So it's probably going to be like 270 triples, which is probably not at all what we should be touching if we're trying to figure out. But hey, you learn to swim the best when you're thrown in the deep end. So let's see how it goes. Right, people, so that is all my deadlifting done. I really wasn't happy with today. I didn't feel like I could exert all of my strength because I just didn't feel like I felt like if I had full foot pressure, I was just getting pulled over the bar. And if I tried to focus on heel pressure, my glutes tucked. And it just really got to me on that final set. I ended up literally just like ragdolling the bar about because I lost my temper with it. And it's something I need to get better on, is being able to kind of like separate exercise from exercise, set from set, rep from rep, in terms of like if one rep doesn't go well, not letting that affect me, and then going on and trying to make every set, every rep better after that with a more like stable mentality. But the thing that annoys me the most with my technique is like I can absolutely nail my technique 1 week, and whereas it seems that other people just then seem to have that technique and it never leaves them, it will literally be like if I go more than a day without then doing deadlifts again, like I've gone from, Friday till Tuesday, I cannot remember how it felt. I can't get that like mentality locked. So I think what I will probably do is have like a Sunday session where I just do deadlifts, like really light deadlifts, like 180, 220, and just like get my form that was great on the Wednesday, remind myself of it on the Sunday after doing the Friday. Don't give myself any more than 2 days rest from deadlifts because I can't seem to retain that form, and it really bugs me. We're onto the bench now. We've got the actual bench and the actual bar, so there's no real excuses in terms of equipment today. But I feel pretty comfortable saying that I'll probably hit 190. My elbow was fine until I started deadlifting, and then it started hurting, which is a really weird dynamic. Something is definitely like getting stretched or pulled in a weird place when I'm deadlifting, and it's triggering the elbow pain. So it's making me think it's one of the lateral heads that kind of attaches into the lat, and therefore maybe this is all explaining as to why my elbows hurt after deadlifting. But we'll figure it out. Realistically, I can probably still bench and avoid all that pain, but if it starts burning, I'm just going to stop. I can't risk doing any like permanent damage to my elbow. So yeah, I'll get on with this, and I will see you for one of my 4 top sets. Yeah, I'll be honest, I'm getting way more leg dry. But when I was lighter, I used to do the whole like sit behind the bar, swing through, dagger my shoulders down, and it worked. It worked really well, and I still think it's like the perfect form for most people. The issue is, as I put on the best part of 15 kilos of body weight, I have just lost the ability to get. Now, whether this is a mobility issue, whether this is a just like inability of biomechanics, like I've gotten so big I cannot get into that position. There's a lot of factors that came into play, but I lost the ability to leg drive, and I felt like the bar positioning was really unstable. But switch that now to this form, where instead of trying to swing through, I start really far down the bench, I just set my scapula in the right position, and I drive myself into position. I don't feel at all like I'm kind of like getting pulled into position. I feel like the entire time I'm just trying to get that thing away from the hit. It's a really nice transfer of strength. I feel like my leg drive goes into the bar, rather than my leg drive just trying to secure me and doing a crap job of it. Now, I've got a couple more sets of this, and what I'm going to try and do is my old form for one of them, and just see if I can feel the differences. If I do immediately just go, yep, the other one's better. But that's for me to know, and for you guys to find out. So I will see you for accessories. Right, okay, so that's all the bench work done. I had 4x4 to begin with, and then I had 3x6 Larsen press. So not really anything crazy. Worked up to like 170 for my top set Larsen press. Just focused on like getting my scapula, instead of sitting flush to the bench, trying to get my scapula almost fully externally rotated so that the press is almost like an overhead press, like I'm just getting it away from myself. And that adds a lot of pressing power. So yeah, now I am just going to do some pull-ups and then some biceps. I did a lot of back yesterday, so the gym's also busy. I don't want to have to wait for a bunch of machines, so pull-ups always free. The most relaxed pull-up you've ever seen. Eyes closed, listening to Michael Bublé. I'm only going to do a set or two more. My hands are ruined from deadlifts, so I'm just raw gripping these. Eyes closed, just chilling whilst I go up and down. Ooh. Elbow's getting a little bit angry, but it's feeling good. I think the reason I struggle with pull-ups, besides just like the general weight I have and the height, like my feet touch the floor, is I can't really struggle with a pull-up. Like the rep, I'm either going to get it or I'm not going to leave the floor. Whereas with like a machine pull down, I've got so much that I can lean against, literally leaning back, pushing my knees into the pad. There's a lot of workarounds that you can do. Squeeze out some more like partial range of motions. Maybe I'm just not very good at pull-ups, which I think is the case, but I'll do them and then it will just be a case of like 7 and I won't get the 8. You know, I'll go for the 8 this time. We'll see how this works out. I'll be surprised if I get 8 with how tired I am. Give me a second, that's 4. Ooh. Okay, I'm done. My grip's giving out. It is. My hands are all kinds of messed up right now, and it's not conducive. So I'll say that much. Oh. Ever since I started letting my wrists sit slightly rock back rather than trying to keep them like over, I'm actually starting to hit my biceps a lot more. Like I can feel that whole head tension just squeezing at the top. Because instead of my forearms, which as you can see, I've already done a lot of work, instead of my forearms taking over and rolling over, I just sit them back. And it means that stuff like my bicep can actually fire instead of my brachialis and all the muscles in my forearm. So it works out well for me. Yeah, that's the session summed up. Ups and downs, ups and downs. My deadlift was definitely, it's weird. The top set, the 295, I am really happy with if I just took that singularly, not because the form was brilliant, but because everything up into that set dictated that my form was going to break down. I was going to hitch the bar. I might not have even got it. And I got my headspace right. The technique it wasn't 100%, but it was definitely improved from the warm up before it. And I got it. And I got it without the hitch. I got it without any of the other issues I normally face. And I was really happy with that. The back downs were less so, but to be fair, halfway through benching, I had an epiphany. I was like, oh wait, the reason I can't feel my lat tension is because I've got to squeeze my chest up and through when I'm wedging in. That's how I get lat tension, rather than just pulling my lats back. I'm a genius, I know. I just wait until the exercise after to figure this all out. But bench was kind of this weird discovery that actually I might have passed the point of no return when it comes to my old way of setting up, and that maybe that's not the worst thing in the world. There's been a few people whose opinion I really value who I've talked to recently, and they were like, if the technique doesn't work anymore, don't try and make it work. I've given it my due time and diligence, but actually, if just being a little bit more forceful with getting to position and it making me feel really primed to press works better, why should I argue with that? Why should I not do what feels best right now? And so, 200, 4x4, it moved really down well. And even the back offs moved well. I think I'm starting to get this tricep issue kind of ironed out. It's one of the muscles in this portion here that's responsible for lockout, and when you're really over the top of the bar, that can really get my tricep firing in a way that's painful. So just having it up, stretching and rolling this out, that's what's been fixing it for me. And all of my top sets were painless. It felt a little awkward, but it didn't feel painful, which is a massive improvement. So yeah, I think it's a case of I'm just keep rolling with it. I almost feel like I'm in taper. Like week 3, it's like, this really sucks. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to like massively increase my recovery. So I'm going to go take Epsom salt baths. I'm not doing anything else today. I'm just like locking in my recovery. I'm going to get my food on board. I'm going to go get off my feet. I'm going to go chill upstairs in my office and watch stuff and edit this and play video games and just like completely de-stress, because I think I've earned it today. And I'm really proud of myself to say that there's a lot of days where I don't feel like I've earned the ability to just put a pause on working. Today's one of those days. And I'm really happy with that. I'm happy with myself. So that about sums everything up. We're going to be kind of looking at a 270 squat next week, a 240 bench, and a 302.5 deadlift, which I'm not very great at mental maths after the gym. All the blood has left my brain at this point. So one sec, you'll probably already know this, but 270, 240, 302.5. So we'll be looking at an 812, an 812.5 total for my week 4, which I just want to put this into perspective. Last year's Nationals was 840 with a taper. This year's Nationals, I think I got 865. 302.5 add. Yeah, so I got 362.5 this Nationals just gone. I will be putting up 50 kilos less than that 2 blocks in from Nationals. If I can get my technique to be locked in, I've got a video that I took of myself 2 Nationals ago. And I made a statement about how I yearn for nothing more than when people talk about 120s, my name is in that conversation. Maybe not on the international stage, but I want a White Lights Media post about me, man. I want people to be scared of what I bring to a platform. And if that's not what I'm building this year, I'll hang up the towel. I placed 6th in 2024. I placed 4th in 2025. Podium is the only place I'm going this year. So join me for that. If you've enjoyed this, please like, comment, subscribe, share it with a friend, and I'll see you next time. Let's get this.